Hi, my name is Manpreet Singh and welcome to my YouTube channel. This channel focuses on real estate and mortgage insights. This channel aims to empower viewers with the knowledge to make informed decisions in the real estate market. Please subscribe to stay informed about the Canadian real estate market. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I have a special guest, Mr. Nakul Sood from Century 21. Nakul, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me, buddy.
I'm going to start off with a few questions and we'll take the conversation from there.
Good.
My first question to all my guests is, how long have you been in the business of real estate and what exactly inspired you to join real estate?
So I started investing in real estate when I was 19 years old, and it was 2018. I was very new to the country. I was still a student. And then my brother Pranav, he asked me, he said, are you interested in, start investing in real estate?
Yeah.
And how much money do you have right now? So at that point of time, I had around 15,000 saved up, and the initial deposit was $5,000. And there was a condo in Vaughan.
Pre-con, right?
Pre-con, yeah. Yeah. At that point of time, you could buy pre-con even if you're a student, but the deposit structure was 20%. And that 20% was payable, let's say, in 2 years of time, 2 years or 3 years of time. You just take the post-dated checks, and everything was... everything seemed very hard, but at that point of time, I took a risk. I said, okay, this is the $5,000. And within a month, I had to pay, I think, 20 more thousand. I crossed that mark as well. And then every 6 months, I paid $16,000. By the time I paid 15% or 20% in 2021, I sold it on assignment. I made around 200,000 out of that condo.
Wow.
And then I reinvested that money. I closed 2 properties together, one in Cambridge, one in London, both of them freehold.
Right.
And then that's how I just got into it.
And then what was the inspiration? I'm assuming that you had your brother's support, who guided you that real estate might be the good option for you.
Yeah.
Well, what was your motivation to join real estate?
I think it's all destiny, right? So whatever you think, like, I'm going to do this or that, it all boils down to destiny, right? So it all happened just by saying yes to a lot of opportunities.
Right.
There's a lot of times when people have the opportunity, but they
don't always see it.
They chicken out, or they say, no, this is not the right time. Right. What I feel is there's always a way if you are, if you're ready to say yes. If you say no to anything, that's not going to happen anyways.
Yeah.
There's nothing to lose.
That's true.
We came with 2 suitcases from India.
Just take action.
Right? And right now we have more than 2 suitcases. So I think that's pretty much it.
Right. And when did you come to Canada? How were your initial days?
So I came in 2017, and I stayed with my sister.
Okay.
And I studied in Humber College. I remember.
So you landed as a student? As
a student, yes.
Okay.
I came after grade 12, and I was still, I think, 17, 18 years old.
Okay.
And it was a new life, new people, and...
the first time I left home, I went to New Zealand. I was exactly 17, 18 years old.
Very nice.
So I was very young, and I didn't have any relatives in the country. So I can imagine what you must have felt.
Yeah. But no, I was blessed that my sister was here. She was married here. So she was the one who convinced my dad that you should send him just for studying for 3 years, and then he's going to come back. And my dad made me promise that after the studies, you're going to come back. You're not going to stay there.
Okay.
But once everything was settling up, I said, I see there's a potential here, and there's nothing that I've learned from the Indian perspective, right? The banking system, the filing, the accounting, everything, what I knew was from here.
Right.
Whenever I went to India for a month, I visited my factories and stuff, but it wasn't something that I was very keen in doing, right? Yeah.
Now you trained for something else, right? In your life, and now you don't want to play another game because now you train for the Canadian lifestyle.
Exactly.
And then now let's go back to your journey within the real estate.
Yeah.
When did you start working as a realtor? How was those initial days? Were there any challenges that you faced?
So I was very blessed that I have had the team
Okay.
that's been working with me. So since I started from day one, I've been working in a team. Pranav, he made us learn a lot of things. Me and all my brothers, we worked together. Then I've seen the initial days of opening up the brokerage.
Okay.
When we opened up the brokerage, Century 21, and then from there on, from the first 10 agents to now over 300 agents, I've seen it all. Right? But I can say it's not easy. But if you put your mind and heart and everything into it, I think you can do wonders. Anybody who's interested in doing something like real with their lives, they just have to take a step.
Right. I think it's all about taking the action. A lot of people, they think, but they don't take the action. So it's all about taking the action and not worrying about the results. As long as you know that you are in the right track, I think it's all about taking the action in life.
No, but there's a lot of times you'll feel like, if I'm doing something right, or like this is not something that I should be doing, right? Still, like once a week I feel that like, is this too much that I have it on my plate, or is this how it's supposed to be? Right. So it all depends.
Now let's come back to your current journey within real estate. How do you start your day? What does your day look like as a real estate agent in the GTA, and how do you stay motivated?
So I from last 3 years, I've been starting my day with hitting the gym.
Okay.
As you've already seen. Yeah. So I don't miss a day.
Nice.
Like not even a rest day. Even if there's a rest day, I still go to the gym. I just take sauna. I just sit in the, because it's just a habit.
Very
and
important,
I feel energized. And I don't think there's any better way of starting your day, because once you get out of the gym, you feel like you've won something.
Right.
So your day starts with a win. And then from there on, I go to my downtown office first to see my marketing team, how everything is going. If there are any, campaigns which are running, how's the email marketing going on, and how many clients have signed up with us, like check my CRM softwares and everything. And then from there on, if I have a meeting in downtown with a client or something, I stay there until 2:00.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm out of there by 12.
Okay.
So I come to Mississauga, I take my meetings, I sit with my real estate team, and I do everything on my calendar though.
Okay. It's important to stay organized.
Yeah. Because I feel if you have a routine, there's a lot of things that you can add or subtract from there. If there's no routine, there's nothing to add or subtract.
That's true.
So
it's very important to have a discipline.
Yeah.
And I think hitting the gym 4 or 5 times a week shows that you're disciplined.
Yeah.
And it helps. Like fitness definitely helps in staying motivated and achieving your goals. It has helped me a lot. I am a very different person when I'm not hitting the gym. If I'm regular in the gym, I am very different.
100%.
I feel different. So I understand the importance. Now let's go back to your current real estate journey. Who do you like working with, buyers or sellers?
Buyers.
You work with buyers.
I like to work with buyers because, the happiness you see on their faces.
Right.
So recently we just closed a deal with a family. So they were buying their house for the first time, husband and wife. They had a 3-year-old kid and a 70-year-old mother.
Okay.
So when we first met them, their mother, she told me very specifically. She said, she told it in Punjabi though, but she said, he's my only son, and please help him find a house because he's not able to take a decision. So just help him take a decision. This is our current situation.
Yeah.
This is all what we can afford. And so it took us around 20 days to find them a perfect house, but we landed on the same house which we saw the first day.
Okay.
Right. So after that, we saw around 10, 15 other houses. But at the end of the day, the first deal, I was like convincing them that this is something that makes sense and the seller is taking a loss.
Right.
So I don't think we should leave this deal. just because it's $300 over your affordability. You are getting a finished basement. You are going to get monthly rental. So it all boils down to your, how the numbers are making sense to the family. So once we closed that deal, she came to our office. She blessed us. So that was the best moment. I cannot even forget that.
Yeah, you feel accomplished.
100%.
And now let's go back to the transactions. When you're working with buyers, who are the buyers? Are they mainly first-time home buyers or investor clients?
So it depends. So how we work is we have different campaigns running from like Meta, Google, email marketing, everything. It depends on the campaign. If we are focusing on the first-time buyers, so mostly the first-time buyers are going to be somebody who's willing to, buy something which is between 700 to 850 range. They don't want to go over that price point because they're not used to affording their mortgage.
Yes.
Right? Even if they are willing to go up to $1.2 million, by the time they decide that they want to get into real estate, their budget goes down to 800 or maximum 900.
Right.
And I feel that's important. So you have to take a step which is not going to affect you.
I think even with 800K, you can still get a decent property,
100%,
right? GTA.
100%.
It doesn't have to be a condo. It can still be maybe a townhouse, right?
Yeah. I don't promote condos for the first-time buyers because there's a limited scope of building equity.
These days, yes,
right?
100%.
But for the investors, right now, there are great deals which are in the market, which are ready for the grabs. And I don't think anybody should leave those because this is just market sentiment. And I feel within a year or two,
it's going to change.
It's going to change 100%.
Now, if somebody has 20% down and they're looking to invest in real estate, they want to build a portfolio. Remember how you mentioned before that you invested in the right project and then you made $200,000 even before the closing. You were able to sell it on an assignment. You made your money from it. So what is your suggestion to somebody that has 20% down and they're looking to invest and their goal, let's say their goal is to have some sort of passive income?
I would suggest invest in commercial.
Okay.
Right? So from last 4 or 5 months, we have pivoted all our resources into commercial. And there's just one residential deal that I've done in this year. All other 5-6 deals what I've done is all commercial.
Okay.
Because I think right now people are hesitant in investing in residential just because this immigration and a lot of reverse immigration.
Right. A lot of people are leaving, man. 100%.
It's not going to affect that much, but the sentiments and the way people are portraying this whole situation is going to affect the rental, and it is affecting the rental market, right?
For sure.
But the commercial is always open, right?
And when you say you prefer investing in commercial over residential, what are the main differences? Why should somebody just go for commercial and not residential?
So the demand for commercial is not going to end, mainly because, so I'll tell you a story. So we met with the immigration, director of an immigration company, Growing Globe Immigration, a year ago, right? Then we spoke with him and how the market is changing. He was very aware of the changes which are coming up, the LMIA thing and everything. So the main program which is running right now is called C11.
Okay.
Where investors from all over the world can invest in Canada, and within a year, they are permanent residents. And that is the best way possible for you to immigrate to Canada. And Canada is promoting that just because it's bringing in the money, which was
How much money are we talking about, roughly?
It depends. It just depends on the business. So you can go as low
There's
as
no minimum.
you can go as low as $50,000 business, right? It's just about buying a business. And you're going to operate the business for a year. Based on the purchase of that business, you get your visa, like a closed work permit with family, and then you come here, you work for a year, and then boom. If you make the business which is running, let's say, so we bought a convenience store for one of our clients for $110,000 the month. The daily sales were at that point of time around 800, 850.
Okay.
So we bought him that, and he added a vape store. He added cannabis to the convenience store. Right now, he's doing around 2,200 daily sales.
Oh, nice.
So, and his process of immigration has already been going on.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as he gets his permanent residency, he has an option to sell it at a profit or just find another operator and just keep building his portfolio.
Right.
So it's easier for people who are migrating to Canada. First of all, they have a full-time job for themselves.
Okay.
Right? They don't have to come here and find for...
when you say commercial, does that mean business with the land or just the business?
So for the immigration part, you just need sale of business.
Okay.
Right? But if you're asking me, what would I suggest if somebody says I want to invest, let's say $2 million, like, of course, 400,000 or 500,000 based on that, I would definitely recommend buying either pre-con, where the office is, or there are a lot of plazas coming up, and
pre-con and commercial.
100%.
Okay.
Pre-con and commercial. So you must have heard the plaza on Eglinton and Mavis over there. I forgot the exact address, but when they started selling that, it was around $400 per square feet.
You mean the Ridgeway Plaza?
I think that's... I forgot. So it was Eglinton and 9th Line.
Yeah, that's Ridgeway Plaza.
Ridgeway Plaza. Okay. So they were selling for around 400, 450 per square feet when they just launched it. Right now, if you need a ground floor and if you need like 1,000 square feet of that space, you're looking at $1 million. 100%.
Wow. Yeah. How does the appreciation work in a commercial space? Is it similar to residential or different?
It's totally different. Residential is totally on the sentiments of the buyers, like interest rates, and a lot of factors come in.
And you have less headache for the tenants, right? In commercial.
For commercial,
yeah,
you can say it's a different kind of headache.
The laws are very different, right?
It's a different kind of headache. Yeah, laws are very different. So if there's a tenant in your residential investment, you cannot kick them out.
Yeah,
right. There's a long process that you have to follow.
Yeah, but
with commercial, if the tenant is late just by 5 days or something, and he has not extended his he is not advised the landlord that he's going to be paying the rent after 5 days or 6 days, you can just go in and just lock the door, and whatever inventory is inside, it's yours.
So the laws are because it's kind of B2B, right? It's 100%. Business to business, and it's not somebody's home. And but in my understanding, commercial landlords, they have a lot more power.
Yeah.
And when I'm saying commercial, I mean the warehouses or the office spaces.
Office spaces,
not a multifamily, not a residential unit with 10 or 15 units, right? That is still residential.
Exactly.
But whereas the residential landlord, that's the other way around. Tenants have a lot of power, and they decide what they want to do, right? And a lot of horror stories on social media that we have seen in the past, so many years in the business, is you got to be very careful with who you put in the house. And so it's a different kind of headache. I completely get it. And I was going to come back to your plans for the future in real estate. How do you see the market, and what is your plan for this year and the years following?
So for this year, I'm looking to hire more realtors in my team. I've already built a team last year. So I started my team last year called Rithi Real Estates. And we have done over, I think, 50 transactions in the team last year.
Nice.
Within last 6 months.
Okay.
With the team. And
does every brokerage allows to make a team, or it's different?
I think every brokerage allows to have a team, because there's nothing that is a regulation or something. You just have to make an agreement between the two agents. For example, if I'm hiring somebody, if somebody is new to the industry, or he or she likes the way our team works and they want to, be a part of the team. First of all, we don't take anybody in the team. So it depends if they have any motivation, or if, first of all, I don't hire any realtor who's working part-time. I don't believe in that concept, because real estate is not at all a part-time job. If there's a part-time realtor, I suggest them that either come full-time or just don't come at all. Because it's waste of clients' resources as well, right? So why should a client sacrifice? If somebody is working part-time and he doesn't know the whole concept of how the transaction works, he might know, but he will not be aware of the market situation as well as the realtor who's working full-time and giving like 14 hours a day in the business, right? They must be knowing what listings came up in the region that they're supposed to work. They must know that what was the price sold on the street. They should know the CMA in their head. They don't have to run a CMA.
And most importantly, believe in yourself. 100%. If you want to do something and just don't be dicey about it, believe in yourself, take the steps and just go from there, right? It's your hesitation. It's you self-doubting your abilities, right? That maybe you want that security of a job at the same time, but then that's going to be a little bit of disservice to the clients. 100%.
Sometimes when somebody who's in IT, he buys a house and he sees the realtor is making $20,000, $25,000 out of this transaction. I've had a lot of experiences where people have asked me, how do I get a real estate license when I'm trying to buy them a house? Right. So everybody wants to get into real estate, but again, it's not at all easy. Real estate is not for everybody.
It seems easy, but there's a lot of hard work. I've seen realtors making 50 calls a day. It's not everybody's cup of tea, right? But you only see the reward, that the commission that the realtors get. But there's a lot of hard work. There's a lot of sacrifices behind it. It's not easy to take rejection. I'll be very honest. If I'm making a cold call and I'm getting rejected, it's going to make me feel, okay, what's going on? What am I doing wrong, right? So rejection, patience, and a lot of the hard work that you guys do in the back end, people don't see it. So if a realtor is doing, let's say, one transaction in 2 months, how many times he had to make the phone calls and how many times he had to follow up and the investment in running the marketing campaigns.
I would like to say if somebody's making one transaction in 2 months, they should definitely contact me and let's grow your business together. So
so the plan for this year, now let's come back to the topic.
So the plan for this year is to get the team on an automated process. We're already working on the CRM softwares. And the people that we have in the team, I would want to have separate teams for residential and commercial.
Okay.
So that anybody who's inquiring about commercial, we have, experienced people in the team who can take over the client and give them 100% service, whatever they need. And if somebody is interested in residential, it should definitely be going to a person who's expert particularly in that region, first of all.
Right.
And he knows the market in and out. Right? If somebody, because the deal fell through once the client thinks that I know better than this particular realtor. Right? There's a lot of times because everybody has access to House Sigma. Everybody has access to realtor.ca. People who are willing to buy a house, they're already there 50% of the knowledge, which a licensed realtor has. Right?
And then once you get into that situation, they're not going to have any faith on the realtor.
100%.
They'll be like, I know better than this guy. So what is he doing for me?
You are losing the deal 100%. There's a slight difference between pushing a client and giving them a correct advice. Most of the times, realtors are hesitant in giving a correct advice. Why? Because they think this might not be the information that they would like to hear. Right? I don't work that way. I always say, don't be nice, be a good person, right? Don't be a nice person.
But learn how to say no.
Exactly. Even if you're saying no, even if you feel that whatever they're doing is wrong, just point it out right there and then. Right? Because after a while, like even if you have a conditional deal or something, it's going to fall through and it is going to affect your team, your reputation, and it's going to take a lot of your time as well.
100%. Yeah.
So just cut whatever the client is saying. If you feel that is wrong, just give your advice to them that this is not something that I would suggest you.
Right.
But if you want to proceed with it, this is how it will be done. And these are the other options that I would suggest. So,
and in terms of, you mentioned what are your plans for 2025 within your real estate journey? How are you seeing the market in 2025 and the years following?
So I think 2025, we will be seeing a little bit of growth as compared to 2024.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be something which will make a lot of people a lot of money.
So if there's first-time home buyers waiting, is this the right time, or they should wait?
If the first-time home buyers are still waiting, then they should definitely buy. Is this market is focused on first-time home buyers with the laws changing, with the CMHC, with the insured mortgages going up to $1.5 million. This is the correct time. I don't think if you should wait, because people have got it all wrong. Real estate is not something where you make money in 1 or 2 years.
Right.
Real estate is something that you invest and you forget about it.
Yeah.
I never think of selling any properties unless I have another plan of, investing somewhere else. So selling is the least concern. I don't think people get it right. They want to make money within a year or two, and they think that the prices will come 20,000 down, 40,000 down. But as long as you are not in the market, whatever happens, you are not being affected. You're just doing everything over here.
Yeah. You know what I tell the first-time home buyers is, don't even look at the numbers. Don't worry about the money. It's about the satisfaction. When you live in a house as a tenant, you're always feared that, the landlord might decide to maybe move in the house, and then you have to find another home.
Yeah.
And then the landlord might decide to sell, and the new landlord might not be as good as this one. So there's always that fear. And on the top of that, any money you're paying is not helping you pay your principal, or you're not building your equity, right? So these two things I always tell them is very important for you to make the decision, and for how long you want to be a tenant.
Yeah.
It's a short-term solution, maybe 1, 2 years, 3 years until you build your down payment and make your plan to purchase the house. But eventually get in the market. It's not business; it's a need.
100%. People wait to buy. I always say, don't wait and buy. Buy and then wait. So if you are waiting to save up $200,000 or even $100,000, just try to get in with whatever money you have right now and consult somebody who's expert in the industry, maybe somebody like you, that how can I channelize my funds? So these are the funds. And this is what my plans are. Right? So there are a lot of ways.
We do a lot of consultation in terms of down payments, in terms of credit. Sometimes people need a little bit of help with the credit because it's not at a good position. And but if they make small changes, it's going to improve in the next 3-4 months, right? So this is how we also guide them in terms of down payment, that where are the funds and how do you want to, present it. And so it's always good to speak to the professionals like you for real estate needs, what sort of house, location, all that stuff. And for running the numbers, we are always there, right?
Because it all boils down to the numbers. If the numbers are not making sense, there's no point. Because real estate is the most expensive thing. Maybe the second most expensive thing. The first would be a private jet, right?
Yeah.
So it's a difficult decision for first-time home buyers, but at the same time, it's the job of the professional who's helping them to guide them in a proper manner and to give them certain confidence that yes, because sometimes the buyers just need some confidence.
That's true.
Because they don't have their families here. If there's a young couple, they have a young kid or something, they don't have their mom and dad guiding them through the process. Because back home, what happens is you are not concerned about anything, right? Your dad is there, your mom is there, or your relatives are there. Okay, just do it. We are with you. That's okay. We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Over here, that thing is missing with a lot of young couples. They don't have that confidence. So as a professional,
especially if they're immigrants,
100%, mostly with the immigrants, because people who are from Canada, they were born here, they still have some families, or they've seen a lot of things happening. But with the immigrants who are
new to the system,
new to the country, new to the system, most of the people, they don't even know the process of buying a house. I met a guy, he was in Canada from last 7 years. And he said, I didn't even knew that what's the process and if I am eligible to buy a house. He was making $140,000 yearly. He had good money saved up, but he said, I didn't even knew how to invest. He was on work permit though.
Okay.
But we helped him secure a detached house in Brantford, right? Or the builder is still, taking work permit holders if their work permit is valid for at least 183 days.
Okay.
And then you can close it next year. And if you're confident that your permanent residency is on the way, and why not? Why to wait?
Yeah, right? Yeah, no, 100%. Pre-con is a good option. I think it still is a good option if you have done your research.
Yeah.
But Nakul, I had an amazing conversation, and I'm sure the viewers from this conversation will gain some value. Thank you so much for your time, and I had an amazing conversation.
Likewise, thank you so much for having me, and then it was lovely meeting you. And you have a very good setup over here, and yeah,
thank you, bye. Thank you.